And it's hard, and it's the type of music that you're tired. If you come to a show, you're tired after the show. But if you go through the CD, you go through a range of emotions with the music. Whereas Travis's music, I feel like is more. Number one, it's very introspective. Like he writes from all his personal experiences that he goes through, and he's not necessarily trying to talk to anyone besides himself. Like I feel like he's trying to talk his way through shit, and he's telling his stories and which is dope. But we don't really get that comparison too much. More than anything, the comparison that we get is Rage Against the Machine. We get Public Enemy a lot. We pretty much get Rage Against the Machine, Public Enemy shit. Like you need to see them. Like we don't really get the Gym Class Heroes too tough. We don't get the Linkin Parks too tough. They don't really pop up. But I'm just happy that people are in a position right now where everything is okay. You know what I mean? Like Gym Class Heroes can exist and it's okay, and nobody's cracking. Nobody's bullshit. They're not on Hot 97, but they're not trying to be on Hot. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They selling a lot of records and they're touring nonstop, and that's dope for them. And Travis is in a good place, and because of it. And I like Fall Out Boy is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like those guys are good musicians, and their music is really good. And that's not the music that I make, but that's the music I listen to some of that shit. So I'm just glad that music right now is in a place where everything is okay, everything is acceptable.
Who came up with the name Game Rebellion? How does it fit all six of you?
Well, it used to be Game, and then obviously we had to change that for obvious reasons, because there's a guy named Game. And so we had to come up with a way to change it. And we were trying to think like what game meant to us, and we were just like, we basically were trying to, game was like, could be anything. It was like, it could be what you run on a girl, it could be what the government's running on us, it could be, what's, like, everything is just game. It's like, this whole shit is just a big game. How they position people, how they position and manipulate troops and wars and all that other bullshit, it's all games. So we were like, man, what, if we were in it, what would we be? And we were like, we'd just be like rebels. And then we were like, oh, there you go, it's Game Rebellion. That's kind of how it came about. And basically, Game Rebellion is, the idea of us being rebels is just that. It's rebels. We're rebels to the norm, rebels to what you expect. From the moment that you see us, or the moment that you hear us, you realize that this is not something that you thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not something that you would look at us and think that we did.